Let's summarize the module. And we're coming back again to this point about assuming that any APIs can be discovered. Not only can they be discovered, but you have to work on the assumption that the client connecting to it has full and unfettered access to it. We just managed to find passwords, other people's passwords, in this module simply by looking at the data that was being sent to my mobile app. We did nothing malicious other than look at the data. Now, as a result of that, we came to the conclusion that APIs need to be kept lean. Stuff that is not needed in there goes. Clearly, there is a security upside to this. We got rid of the passwords and the email addresses, and remember, that's personally identifiable information. We got rid of both those from that votes collection in the API. And not only did we make it more secure, but we made it faster. We killed unnecessary bytes. That's a win-win. We also looked at API frameworks intentionally documenting and consequently disclosing other APIs running on the same host. Using things like web service definition languages, I've found many vulnerabilities in mobile apps. They're so conveniently documented for the attacker. I'm not saying not to use those tools, but just be conscious about the information they're disclosing and the need for proper access controls. Speaking of which, I went back to that same fundamental I've been reiterating across so many of my Pluralsight courses, and that's the one OWASP talks about in terms of missing function level access controls. Always apply the appropriate access controls to the resource. Never assume that it can't be discovered. And that includes obfuscated URLs as well, with paths that you don't think people will be able to find. They do find them. There are many ways of finding them. We have seen some of them so far throughout this course. So hopefully this module has now helped you understand some of the ways that vulnerabilities can be found by doing nothing malicious whatsoever. Just simply looking at the data that's being sent around, or looking at information that's been published to the website or indexed via Google. All of this has been a little bit benign. Let's move on to the next module, and we're going to start manipulating and tampering with APIs to make both the services and the app do things they were never intended to do.